Hello everyone, this is your public service announcement that the war in Ukraine still continues, and Russia, the terrorist state which started this war and committed countless atrocities and violations of human rights, including genocide, is still a member of the United Nations and United Nations Security Council. On to the news. Progress continues in the southern front. That means my native region of Zaporizhia, which means that particular area of Ukraine right now is getting a lot of shelling by the Russians. In addition, Russia had shelled Poltava region and Kherson with more civilian casualties. The question of elections has been asked. I think while Ukraine should conduct the elections, I think we know what the result is going to be. At this point, while the war is going on, Zelensky is a tremendously popular figure, and it is very likely that no other candidate stands a chance against him. Now, this is on to the protections conversation. Learning from history and the unfulfilled promises following the 1990s nuclear non-proliferation deal, in which Ukraine gave up its nukes and NATO promised its support, and Ukraine got nothing. Zelensky is now being more specific. He wants it in writing, and he wants specifically the deal with the U.S. to match the protections guarantee Israel currently enjoys. Why is this headline in The Guardian important? Because we still don't really know what will happen to Prigozhin's orphaned thugs. So, as you recall, Prigozhin's Wagner group was largely situated in Belarus following Wagner's failed coup. And at the time, both Prigozhin and Belarus President Lukashenko made some offhand comments about potentially doing a foray into Poland just to show Poland who is boss. Well, Poland has already been taking measures against such an eventuality. They've beefed up their armaments, they have strengthened their borders, and they have also closed 2 checkpoints between Poland and Belarus. So now that Wagner is left without a leader, as I mentioned in previous reports, Russia is demanding that they swear allegiance to Putin as part of regular Russian army. And I mentioned various circumstances indicating they're probably not going to want to do that. So here we have this rogue band of thugs, extremely well trained and fairly well armed, with nowhere to go, or rather nowhere they want to go. And so there is still a possibility of aggression by these people against Poland, which is why Poland is taking this very seriously and saying, okay, you know what, we're not playing. If this happens, we're closing the border, and this would indicate a possibility of war between Poland and Belarus, because if Belarus, with the help of Wagner Group, crosses into Poland with the closed border, that is an invasion, folks. This is in Forbes. Finally, we have a major source acknowledging that Ukraine is indeed making progress. And I feel like this is a very grudging acknowledgement, but whatever, who cares? Progress is progress. First of all, I'm glad that we have a major source acknowledging that Ukraine is making progress. And second, there is an indication of how Ukraine is working through this counteroffensive. It's not just making progress along the various sections of the front, it's also wearing Russia down. It's like in Hamilton, the musical, making it impossible to justify the cost of the fight. Russia is running out of troops. Even though they keep insisting that they have at least 250,000 of additional troops on standby, the circumstances suggest otherwise. Also, we've had incidents of defection, just like the one, recent one of the helicopter pilot who defected to Ukraine after Ukraine moved his family to safety. So that's happening. And the last but not the least, Russia is using increasingly outdated weapons and ammo, trying to kind of scramble up something in the absence of foreign parts and foreign equipment. So that may work. The problem is, as it has been in every major war with Russia, is complete disregard for human life and Russia's willingness to just continue piling on bodies. So, while it is possible for Ukraine to win this war, I think it would be wiser if the rest of the world seriously pitched in. We are talking boots on the ground kind of pitched in and stepped in to finish it quickly.